Well, I grew up just like a lot of kids grow up. You look up to your dad, you want to do things just like your dad does, and you want to be just like him whenever you grow up. And that was pretty easy for me because that meant one thing, and that was racing off-road dune buggies. So it was about 4 or 5 years ago. I put together a real short video. It was only a couple minutes long, and I used some old clips I had of my dad racing, and I put a little bit of music behind it and uploaded it on Facebook. And you know, a lot of people really enjoyed watching that video. And that video was long before I really got into filming and editing video like we do now for the channel. So I always said that I was going to go back and clean that video up and make a really nice video that I could upload on YouTube and that my dad could, you know, go back and watch anytime that he wanted to. And this is that video. When I was growing up, me and Dad watched just countless hours of old VHS tapes of him racing, and we'd look through old photos and he'd tell me stories from the races and tell me things that he tried on the cars and things that he figured out and things that worked and some things that didn't work. And he talked a lot about the guys that he raced with and all the friends he made and great times that he had and close finishes and all that kind of stuff. And you know, I enjoy watching those VHS tapes and looking through those photos and hearing those stories just as much today as what I did back then. Well, things were way different back then. Parts weren't readily available like they are today. You know, with things like the internet, there's nothing that you can't buy today. And sometimes I feel like you just got to sign the check for how fast you want to go. And back then, you know, that just wasn't the case. So he really spent his time and his energy in the garage, working and finding speed and building custom parts and modifying the stock Volkswagen parts and, you know, coming up with stuff that I still see being done today. And even though he learned the car from front to back and studied every little detail of the whole entire buggy, he really made a name for himself when it come to the Volkswagen air-cooled motor.
Don Rachel's run a 2235 cc Volkswagen, if not bigger. Don says one of the better.
he was self-taught, so everything that he knows he pretty much figured out on his own by trial and error. And he did not have a lot of money back then to play with, so he had to work with what he had, and he had to try some stuff that sometimes didn't work. And he brought motors home in boxes many a times, but he also tried a lot of stuff that did work. And you know, to sit back and think that guys like me and Tim and Kevin and Oki and John and you know, we're all still benefiting from what he figured out over 30 years ago and is still giving us the edge today, is something that I'm pretty proud of. Yeah, he was pretty tough.
D-class elimination, stop dogs, Don Weitzel.
Drag race, stock class, Don Weitzel.
First place, Don Weitzel.
First place, Old Faithful, Don Weitzel. D-class, top eliminator, Don Weitzel. Top eliminator, Don Weitzel. I come back and put stock motor back on.
Might as well.
He could get beat just like any of us could get beat on any given day by anybody. But I think the guys that lined up across from him, I think they knew they were going to have to run pretty hard if they were going to beat him back to the line. I think they knew that he was going to run hard. And I don't know that I would have wanted to line up across from him then. We joke around with each other all the time about who would win a race between me and him, and I tell him all the time that I would kick his ass today, but I'm pretty cool with the fact that we'll just never know who would win that race. I've learned a bunch from him over the years. Most people would probably think that that has most to do with the driving part of it, and not that he didn't help me with the driving part of it, because he definitely did. But he kind of let me develop my own style and bring myself up to speed on my own. But what he taught me the most about racing was how to think and how to be smart and how to approach each race from flag to flag. You know, if there's a hole, take it. If there's a gap, fill it. You can't win a race on the first lap, but you can throw it away, and you take as many as you can get while they're all in a big group, as long as you can do it clean. So you know, it's that type of stuff that he's preached over the years, and he taught me how to work hard. You know, you got to work hard in the garage if you want to run well on the weekends, and my dad does not like making excuses for why you didn't finish well. You know, you work hard in the garage, you take what you have and you make it the best that it can be when it leaves to go to the races. And if you get there and you come up short and you get beat, then you come back home and you don't whine about it, you don't make excuses for it. You put your head down and you work even harder the next week, and you figure out a way to get the car to the front. And that's the type of stuff that he's taught me the most about racing. Yeah, I definitely hope my kids get involved in racing somehow. It would be just a really cool experience for me. It would be like you know, 360 to be able to kind of do for them what he did for me. And you know, I want them to be girls too, but I wouldn't be mad if they wanted to get into racing somehow. It would just be really cool to see them kind of grow and kind of experience what my dad experienced with me. It would really be it would really be cool to do that. So yeah, I hope they get involved somehow and you know, kind of want to carry on just like I did with my dad. So you know, I can only hope though that they look up to me as much as I've looked up to him.
Folks, if you're going to watch it. Okay, so I'm getting a little squirrely on the back stretch down here. You got under control. Clear all the time. Come up straight away. Don't grab the car back stretch, head clear back. Whoa, John's out of control. Did he miss the pole out there?